Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marta. I come from Norway and I love makeup. And today I'm so excited because I have two great friends that I met on Instagram, Julia and Gina, and they were so kind to give me a palette for my birthday. It's not yet, it's the 7th of August. Maybe I'll upload this around then, I don't know. But they gifted me the ABH Norvina Volume 2 palette, and it's this gorgeous, colorful blue palette. And I just wanted to do some swatches with the palette and also do two looks. So this look that I'm wearing right now is the second look that I filmed with this palette. Yeah, so I've used a lot of the colors already and I still haven't like made up my mind completely. I feel like it's a great palette. The quality is great and they blend great. If it's the best I've ever tried, I don't know. I don't think it's the best, but it's really, really good. And it's like up there with some other of my favorite formulas, I would say. And I think I'll just go ahead and swatch it and then I'll go over to the two looks that I did if you want to see that. But if you're just here for the swatches, that's what's coming right up. So I think I'm almost halfway through the palette right now, so I think I'll just wash this off and then I'll do the other swatches by themselves. And I feel like they're all really swatching great. Even the shimmers I didn't really have high expectations to, just because I've heard that they're not that good. But I feel like they look okay, and with the glitter glue you can definitely make them work. Okay, so here we have the rest of the shadows swatched, and as you can see, most of them are like super smooth and swatch really great. And then we have a few that are not like as great swatched, but still quite good. And I actually do like a lot of the shimmers in the palette, so I feel like there's a lot of beautiful colors in this one. You can literally make so many different looks using these shadows, and I love that there's so many mattes. But now let's just get going to the first look that I did using these shadows. I am actually going to try out my ABH primer again, just because I'm thinking what better eyeshadow to try it out with than the actual ABH formula, and it looks like I did apply way too much. But I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. And for today's look, I think I'm just going to go for like the purpley indigo shadows right here. And I have not yet decided if I'm going to use this shimmer or this shimmer, but I feel like this one looks really sparkly and beautiful. So I'm really curious to see how it actually looks on the eye. But I'm just going to start out with this deepest one in my outer crease. And I'm just using my Kaleidos Makeup S3 brush. Again, I'm just patting it down to place the pigment where I want it. And I have had problems with this primer creasing on me, but I haven't used it more than like 2 times. So it's hard to say if it was the eyeshadow that I used or if it's actually the primer. But I'm just going to try it today. And I'm going to do another look with this palette for this video as well, so I can use another primer if I see that it does not work well. So this is like super pigmented, and I feel like the indigo was the one I was most excited to use. So I'm really excited to put my brush into the other ones as well. Now I'm going into C3, which is more of like a bright color, and I'll just be placing that right here next to the other one. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I love this shade. I've been looking for a shade like this for a long time. I have a similar one from Makeup Geek, one of their power pigments, but I don't feel like that is like the best performing shade. But this one, oh, like I love. This is like the shade in the Kaleidos makeup palette. I still haven't gotten my PR package. I think it's on its way now because I just got some tracking. I feel like this is like a similar shade to that. And I think I'm just going to go in with a smaller brush. So I'll just take my Kaleidos Makeup S5 brush, make sure it's clean. And then I'm just dipping into that shade, and I want to like, basically I want to overlap this one now because I want this all over. But it's a little bit lighter, so it's good that I have the other one laid down first, because then we get some depth. Now I'm just patting it down closer to my inner corner, and then I'll use the Periwinkle Purple, the lightest one of the ones in the palette, to blend this one out. And as you can see, they do blend out really nicely by themselves as well. Of course, this is a different primer than I'm used to use as well, but I feel like it looks really nice. Now I'm going to dip into this one, but I just realized this one is also so beautiful. So maybe I will use that for my lower lash line. But now I'm just going in with that light purple Periwinkle, and I'm just going to use that as a transition shade for like the whole look. I don't know if you can see the texture, but I feel like this primer is making my eyes look really dry, which is kind of weird because it's a creamy primer. But the eyeshadow is looking really nice this far. As you might be able to see, I have put glitter glue all over my eyelid, and now I have to decide which shade I want to use. And I think I'm going to go in with D1, which is this almost light blue to gold, because it looks really sparkly and I just really want to try that. So okay, you have to kind of push into the shadow to get it up, but maybe it will be nice with the glitter glue. I hope so. So I'm just going to start packing it down here. Okay, so now I have the shadow basically all over my lid, and what I'm doing is I'm just rubbing it in because it's quite like loose. So I think that you will have to use a glitter glue with this one if you don't want fallout throughout the day. So hopefully what I've done now is okay. And this shimmer is actually really reflective and beautiful in my opinion. So I do really like it. Now I'm just going in with that deepest shade, and I'm just going to add that to the corner right here just to make sure I get a nice blend into the shimmer. And I'll just do the same on my other eye and finish my face makeup, and then I can start with the lower lash line. Now I'm taking my Kaleidos Makeup S5 brush and I'm dipping into C4. And I want to use this more tealish blue for my lower lash line, so I'm just trying to like tap it in right here on the outer corner. And I think I'll use a little bit of that purple just to connect them better. So now I'm just using that deepest purple. And then I'm taking the lightest purple just to like wrap around right here. And then back into the teal to make sure I have the pigmentation I want. And I think that's it for the eyeshadow look. I'll probably try to use the lightest shimmer as my inner corner, but I'll just finish off my makeup and show you the close-up. So that is my first look using the Norvina Volume 2 palette, and I really like these indigos. They're so gorgeous. And I guess I can just tell you what I used for the rest of my face. Sorry for the background noise, but someone's like mowing their lawn or something. But I used my Kaleidos Makeup Lucid Lip in Crystallize, just because I'm going to eat breakfast soon before going to work and I don't bother using lipstick then. And for my cheeks I ended up using my Nabla blush in Nectarine and my Looxi Beauty highlighter in Halo. But now I guess we can just go straight into the second look. Okay, so I am back for my second look, and I definitely want to use this burgundy red shade right here. And honestly I want to do something like a little bit simple today, so I'll go ahead and use this one all over my lid. And I think I might deepen it up a little bit with this. I don't even know if it's like a black or a deep brown. I think it's a super deep, almost black brown. But I think I might use this one as well. So I guess I should go in with this one first, but I don't want too much of it, just like in the outer V. So since I already filmed a face makeup tutorial, I do have my face makeup on, so I don't want a lot of fallout because it might be hard to remove. So I'm just going to like press this lightly into the skin like this, and then not dragging it too far up, but like kind of lifting it. And I of course used my NARS Smudge Proof Base. I will say that this blends really nicely, especially to be like such a deep shade. I'm just making sure that all of the transitions are a little bit smudged out at least, so that I have a nice transition to the red. Just like packing on the pigment where I know I want it. Now I have that brownish black laid out on both my eyes. It's not like the exact same, but we're gonna fix that. But I'm going to use this brush right here. It's almost like the Kaleidos one. It's just a little bit smaller, which I prefer when I'm working more up in the crease. And I'm just like placing down this red, and I think I'll go like all over the lid and then blend out slightly in the edges right here, because there's not really any proper transition shade, which I don't usually use anyway. So I'll just make sure to blend out this red quite nicely. And it's no problem to not have a transition shade as long as the shadows you're working with are good, because then you won't have any problems blending out them. I will say, like right off the bat, I love this red. I've just been really into shades like this lately. Like, not that I've used them a lot, but I've been like thinking about wanting like a proper burgundy red that's like deep but not like berry, because I have one from Looxi called Poison on Your Lips, but usually that gets a little bit more berry toned when I blend it out because of the undertones. But this one I don't think will end up looking berry, so that's really exciting, because I really want to, like, I'm definitely going to repan this palette because I'm not going to use it like it is, I think. So having this as a single shade, that's going to be so nice for my custom palettes. So just before I continue the blending, I'm just going to dip into the brown that was next to the black. And I'm gonna be basic and use a brown today. And I'm just going to tap that in here and just like slightly blend it upwards. And now I'll just continue with the blending up here. I think I might just use a little bit of setting powder to set underneath my brow. So I think this is it for the mattes. So I'll just do the same with my other eye, and then I'll go in with the shimmer. But I'll probably use some glitter glue first as well. I just applied some glitter glue to my right eye, so I'm just going to go in with this gorgeous duochrome shade all over my lid. And it seems to be a little bit crumbly like the blue that I used the other day. So to avoid fallout, I'm just going to like tilt my head slightly backwards, and then I'm just going to like pat this down. Hopefully I won't have much fallout. And once I have all the product down, I'm just trying to pat it down into the glitter glue so that I might not have any fallout later today. So I'm just really patting it in there. And this is how it's looking. It's a really pretty shade actually. So I'm not really planning to do much more than this. I of course need a inner corner highlight, and I could have used the light gold, but that is just so warm toned. So instead I'm just going to use a highlighter from Looxi Beauty called Celestial, and it's quite pale, but it's almost like a white gold too. Just a little bit whiter. So I'm just going to use that here, and I just sprayed my brush with my Mario Badescu setting spray to be able to have it like really pigmented and nice. Just like this bright inner corner. I'm just dragging it like as far as I have my shadow right here. And then I'm just going to put some white in my waterline. I'm going to fix my mascara and my brows, and I'll show you the close-up of this look. So there you have it, that was my second look, and for my lips I ended up using my Guerlain lip liner in the shade Brun Chocolat, and then I used my Colored Rain lipstick in the shade Huntress. It's from their Safari Rain collection. And my highlight is actually Electric from Crystal Lee Cosmetics, and I used Heartthrob by Makeup Geek as my blush. And I will of course leave all the info down in my description box for the products that I used. And that's basically it for this video. I feel like I really like this palette. It has gorgeous colors. It has a really nice variety of colors. I love the deeper purples. I love that it has these bright shades right here. It has a lot of different greens you can play with. And I do actually like at least these two, and this shimmer seem really nice. So I'm really excited to be trying this palette more, maybe repatting it to use them as single shadows. And I'm just so lucky and grateful to have this palette gifted to me from my good friends Gina and Julia. So again, thank you so much. It's so much fun to play with a new palette, and you did great picking out this palette for me. It's so beautiful and I love the colors in it. But I think that's it for this video, so if you enjoyed it then please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe to me if you want to see more content from me, of course. So hopefully I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!